Welcome everyone, welcome to another preview. This is MetalCanyon and we will be previewing The Last Federation 2.0 and its expansion, Betrayed Hope. Yes, if you do remember, a while ago, a few months ago, I have previewed The Last Federation, which was a new game from Arkane Games then, and it was really quite interesting. It was sort of a 4X game, but in a way where you didn't yourself actually have any planets or any, buildings and industry and so on. You were actually the third party that influenced everything, and this is still the fact. You can still buy this game and play it as it was meant originally. You play the Hydrals, which are over here, and let me just show you quickly. Let me do this, blah blah blah. Hurry up, we're going to skip this. As I said, it's a 4X game. Oh yeah, we start with combat. So anyway, if you haven't seen the previous preview, combat is turn-based. You have your ship, or at least when you're fighting, you have your ship and you're fighting. Let's just take care of all these guys. Let's see. First, Energy Blaster is the most efficient thing to take these guys out. So we are going to use the Energy Blaster. Enemy shields are down. This is just a tutorial, so I'm just going to skip this. And we are docking here to capture this. So I'm just going to do that. Because we are completely overpowered at the moment. Skip that. That's a lot of enemy stuff. Gravity Lance they want for this one. Alright. So anyway, even though I'm just skipping through this, I just wish to show you the whole part over here. There we go. Now, it has to load the graphics. There we go. So if you remember this, you've got various races over here. You play the Hydrals, whose home was destroyed, even though they were a mighty spacefaring race. And these guys over here, Akutians this time, it's actually random, have destroyed your Hydral homeworld. And as I said, it's quite interesting because you actually influence all these races and try to make a federation and, obliterate those that would not join the federation or would just like to destroy everything else, like the Akutians over here, for example. But even with the Akutians, I believe you can make friends if you're very careful and if you play on easy. Now, this was a very interesting concept, especially because every planet, every society obviously has a different political systems. The Thoraxians, for example, are a hive mind of sorts. They have a queen, which has moods. I don't know, the Andors have a council, and so on and so forth. Now, the game has been updated to 2.0, which brings a lot of new things, an overhaul of various things the players have suggested or didn't like, new ship graphics, more planets, more types of ships, more technology, and so on and so forth. Basically, the update brings a lot of stuff, but now there's also an expansion out, so let's go back to the main menu. And I will show you. Let's do a quick start. Of course, I'm playing on easy and you are so OP because, well, I just want to show you how things go. Now, instead of the standard Federation formation, where you are sort of playing a good guy, or, well, a bad guy that turned a good guy, and you're trying to form a Federation to end the game, now you have the option of Betrayal and Invasion. Now, Betrayal is rather interesting in the fact that it keeps all the interesting diplomacy and influence stuff of the Federation formation, but, of course, brings a more, let's see, there we go, but brings a more sort of classical 4X game mode to this game. Which means you start with a planet. You are still Hydral, you are still, wiped out, and you're the last of your race, but now you have actually claimed a planet, and you are starting to build countless of mindless robots on the planet. So your race is considered robotic. You can produce, industry here, do research and everything, and of course you can also have armadas, something you couldn't do before actually. You could only influence other You could only influence other...
The Burlesque warlords are now spacefaring. Extreme caution is advised. They seem likely to take their constant internal wars to the solar stage.
Yeah, Burlesques are not very nice. So before you could influence stuff and, you know, influence another race to go attack another race because they hated them or something, or you created arguments between them. But now you actually do have your own armadas. So we're just going to skip that. Also, these tooltip screens that I'm skipping, this is something Arcan games are, well, quite known for now, at least as far as I'm concerned. Every game they have, or every game they make, is very, very nicely explained in-game. There might be a lot of text to, you know, go through at once, but it will explain pretty much almost everything you need to know. So if you go to Armada management, you got that explanation screen. If I go to the computer advisor, there's, you know, there's more explanation of what's going on. If I go to, I don't know, power grid, oh, there's no explanation. Oh, how rude. Or the tech progress, for example. See, everything is explained, so you don't need a manual, you don't need to go look things up. Of course, you might want to do that every now and then as well, but the game gives you that kick in the ass, you know, showing you this is how it's done, go do it. So anyway, we now have armadas, which are, you know, have different options. You can have them defend stuff. Now this is a little clunky, unfortunately, because you have to click on your armada and tell them to, for example, attack something or defend. You can't actually, as far as I know, select your armada somehow and have them fly over. But anyway, it's not a huge deal. You just select it over there. You can, of course, also create armadas. You need resources for that to create new armadas. Of course, you have industries to bring you raw resources, or you can just spend credits for it. But just like in the original game, you can also go around, make friends, make enemies, you know, politically destabilize worlds, or have two civilizations fight between each other. So basically, the idea is go out there, cause chaos, brings maybe one or two friends, cause chaos between the others, watch them kill each other while you build up your armadas and get more planets, and then with your huge robotic armada, finish off the ones that considered you a friend. So it's not a lot different than many of the 4X games where, for example, you know, the goal to win was to eradicate all the other alien races. These are the Hydros, this is us. And of course you have all these options like before. So, you know, like in other 4X games, you would make allies and so on and take out the others, and in the meantime quietly do research and build more armadas. And then when only your allies were left, you stabbed them in the back, or they stabbed you in the back, and that was it. So this is basically how this goes, Betrayal. And it's quite nice, because as I said, it keeps all the mechanics of the original game, all the politics, all the influence and everything, and, you know, all the special stuff about races like the Thoraxians having the queen and so on and so forth. You can still go like this and have all the different things you can do there, you know, dispatches, joint missions, inventory transfer to make them friendlier, and so on and so forth. And but as I said, you now have armadas, and your ultimate goal is not to unite everyone, but to destroy everyone. Yes. So let's go back to the main menu and also show you the additional mode. There's not only Betrayal in the expansion, there is also the Invasion mode. Now Invasion puts different little spin on the game again. So again, you have all the mechanics that you came to expect from the game, but now you don't want to destroy everyone or stab them in the back. You don't want to necessarily make a federation, you just want to survive. You have a new species over here.
Somebody's been playing with computers, and it wasn't me.
What?
There's a new virus called I-42 going around. Don't link me with any networks for a while, okay?
Alright. Well, there we go. There's the Obscura, which is kind of a funny name, but they came from, I guess, from another galaxy maybe, or maybe even from elsewhere. and they're what the game calls particle-based life forms. So they're completely alien. They don't use technology like we do. They don't use spaceships like we do. They have very, very powerful spaceships. 1 or 2, the game says, can actually take down entire armadas. And over here you can see the other alien races actually sending their armadas to try and take care of this problem. But as you can see, the friendly armadas is going down pretty quickly, and their armadas are not. And over here they've already destroyed... Oh yeah, this is the Hydro homeworld again, which was destroyed. So there you go, that's another spin on the game. Again, you have all the options of politics, of forming relationships, of forming alliances, and so on and so forth. But this time, unlike in the Betrayal, you again don't have a planet. You only run around in your ship trying to unite everyone and trying to take care of the Obscura. Which of course is much more difficult, you know, said than done, because they have horribly powerful ships. Even if you go attack them yourself, even with the settings I have now, which is very easy and very OP'd or very overpowered, they can still do a lot of damage to you. So that is the gist of it. That is the Betrayal of Hope, or you know, expansion. And as I said, the game has also been updated to 2.0. You can see all the patch notes on their Steam news page, and it's it's quite nice. So a slightly different 4X game, really. Again, if you haven't seen my preview of the game, go check it out on my channel. And there you go. This is the expansion and the update. Thank you for watching. This has been MetalCanyon, and we've been looking at the Lost Federation Betrayal of Hope. Or maybe Lost Hope, because these poor guys are getting completely annihilated over here and have no idea what they got themselves into. Oh dear. Yeah, the Obscura want to take over everything. Well, they just want to destroy everyone. Thanks for watching, everyone.